Okay. Welcome back to California Gardener. Today we're going to show you how to grow pumpkins. So, first of all, to grow a pumpkin you need a lot of space. They take up a huge amount of room. So make sure you have a fairly good sized garden before you go planting pumpkins, or they're going to take over the whole thing. As you can see, there's some pumpkin growth growing in the back there. Those planted themselves over the winter from some pumpkins that rotted from last fall. But that's fine, so I just let them grow along with the ones I planted, since nothing usually grows in that back corner because of the shade of the grapes. So, what we're going to show you today is how to increase your harvest, like Callie was showing you down here. Down here, oh, watch out, is a pumpkin blossom. Is that pumpkin blossom? Yeah, that's a baby pumpkin. At the end of the new growth, like you see this new growth shoot, there will become pumpkins coming off this new growth. So, you got to pay attention. When there's a new pumpkin, and I'll show you a close-up, then you can actually fertilize it. If you are afraid the bees aren't getting to them enough, you can break off a male flower and pollinate the female flower. I'll show you how to do it in a second, okay? Okay, so this, what you see here, is what a female blossom looks like. As you can see, it has the fruiting body attached to the blossom. Right here, the actual pumpkin, anytime you have a squash growing, you'll actually see the beginning of the pumpkin or squash below the flower. So this is the blossom. And if you look inside the blossom, you'll see a more intricate blossom on the stamen. The stamen is much more intricate than the male, has much more pieces to it, so that also lets you know that it's the female. Now let's go look at the male flower and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is a male blossom. Usually they're up the stem a little bit, and you'll see there's just one stamen up the middle, has the fuzzy kind of pollen off the center. What you can do is just break it off, take it with you. So then you'll have that one flower, and what you can do is just rip the flower off. You don't need it anyways, and then keep that stamen with all the pollen on it. And you're going to take that over to the female flower, and then you're going to fertilize it. Let's show you how to do that. Okay, so now we're back to the female flower. You see it has that intricate stamen there. Now I have the male, you can see right here. Hello, Callie. I have the male right here, and Callie, you gotta get out of the way. You're in the way of the camera. Okay, come on over here, Callie. Okay, you film Daddy, okay? So we have the female flower over here, has the intricate stamen, and over here I brought along with me that male stamen, and I ripped off the flower. So now you take this stamen, and what you do is you just rub it in there along the female stamen, all around, just kind of roll it around, and that will fertilize the plant, giving you better fertilization and more chance that this blossom is actually going to turn into a pumpkin for you. So once I've done that, that flower is now fertilized, and the best thing to do is, if you want your pumpkins to be true, if you want to use the seeds to plant next year, then what you can do is come out early in the morning before the bees are going to be out, of course, or else they'll beat you to it. And then you just fertilize the flower like that, and then you just close up the flower like this. You can put a little string around or a little elastic band or anything, and the flower will fall off. That'll be fine. But then your blossom will be fertilized true with the same pumpkin, and will give you the same pumpkin year after year if you plant the seeds. So go ahead and give it a try. That'll work really well for you. Okay, so here's a pumpkin that actually looks like it's been fertilized. If you can see, in comparison to the size of my hand now, it's starting to grow there. It's about the size of an egg right now, and it's growing pretty well. Looks like the blossom is rotting and will fall off soon. And then if you look over here, this looks like a pumpkin that did not get blossom. If you look, you'll see it's about the size of a, oh, it's smaller than a ping pong ball, and the blossom's already rotted off. And see how the pumpkin is getting kind of soft? That means it's rotted. So you can just break those ones off to not steal any more energy from the plant, and then just drop them down. They'll rot down and compost themselves out. Yeah, here's another one that doesn't look like it's gonna make it. So we'll just break that one off too. So let's just break that one off too. See what they look like when they don't have fertilized. They don't mount into anything. The flower rots off, and that's it. They just get soft and mushy and die. So throw those ones away. You want them to look like this. Nice. Where's that one? You want them to look like this. Nice pumpkin there. Welcome back to California Veggie Gardener. Here's a bunch of my flame seedless grapes growing on this trellis back here along the fence. Give you a tip on growing flame seedless. So the best thing to do if you have grapes planted is to first put them on a trellis, and then you should read about pruning, because each grape really needs to be pruned differently, whether you cane prune or spur prune. Flame seedless is a spur prune, so you like to leave